Hello, my June's Journey friends. It's Curly Sue, and welcome to my storyline series, where we break down the June's Journey storyline chapter by chapter. Today, we're going over Volume 1, Chapter 13, Mrs. Talbot's Son. In our last chapter, by using our feminine wiles and a plan-as-you-go strategy, we were able to foil Silvio. We took back the Piazza of Love, framed Silvio for Amelia's crimes, and sent him off to jail. Boy, was he mad. All in a day's work, and now Paris is in our rearview mirror. We're headed back home to Orchid Island to get back to daily life. But can it ever be so simple? And so starts Volume 1, Chapter 13, Mrs. Talbot's Son. Our trip had done Virginia good, and she returned from Paris in higher spirits. But when we arrived at the estate, we learned that all had not been well in our absence. June and Amelia have transformed our little Virginia into a regular Thelma and Louise character. But Virginia is a kid after June's own heart, and our Parisian escapades have put a little pep in her step. Her mood has noticeably improved, and we are ready to reboot life back at home. Okay, let's go in the house. We're home! Mrs. Talbot, June says, it's so good to see you. We're ready for our warm, cheery greeting from Mrs. Talbot. But plot twist, it looks like we're getting opposite of that. Instead of a nice warm welcome, we've got a finger in our face. Mrs. Talbot is peeved with a capital P. June, she says, you took off to Europe without a moment's notice. You didn't say when you'd be back. The writing instructor, Virginia's school, I've had no idea what to tell people. June is taken aback. I'm sorry, Mrs. Talbot. What do you mean? We mentioned in Chapter 1 that there is a learning curve to being the brand new guardian of a teenage girl. We see here that June is still learning the ropes. Write this down, June. Before you run off on a last-minute vacation, tie up all loose ends. Dot the I's, cross the T's. Do not leave Mrs. Talbot in the lurch. Mrs. Talbot is flustered and just so bristly right now. I've got a stack of messages here for you. I don't have time to look at them. Okay, we'll do it. This one is a letter from Virginia's school. It's from St. Prudence, June says. Virginia faces expulsion unless we hear from you. Now, we know that Virginia was suspended, and that's how we were able to hop up and leave to France at a moment's notice. But it looks here like the school has been trying to get in touch with June. I thought I'd settled things with the school, she said. I guess I need to call them. You most certainly do, Mrs. Talbot says. I have matters of my own to attend to. I'll be out of town for a while. Ask Mr. Talbot if you need anything. June apologizes. I'm so sorry for leaving you in the lurch, Mrs. Talbot. And now it's time to get nosy. You said you have to leave town. Is everything all right? But too bad, Mrs. Talbot is already done with this conversation. I don't have time to explain right now, she says. I have to get ready to leave. And off she goes. Virginia has just walked in and notices Mrs. Talbot's foul mood. She asks June, what's wrong with Mrs. Talbot? June says, I don't know, but maybe we can find out after we read this telegram that's been addressed to her. Let's see here. This telegram asks for money to be wired as soon as possible. It's quite a large sum, too, but it doesn't say who's asking for it. Virginia says, well, I've never seen Mrs. Talbot angry like that before. June suggests that they go to talk to Mr. Talbot. I bet we can get him to tell us what's bothering her. And off we go to find him. June and Virginia, the explorers return. Now that's the warm welcome we were looking for. June knows to start the small talk before the third degree. My dear Mr. Talbot, the lighthouse is looking marvelous. Why, thank you, June, Mr. Talbot says. It's good to see your sign again, isn't it? It's amazing what you can do with a little time. And Mrs. Talbot's home cooking, of course. Chuckle, chuckle. And look at this. I found something when I was peeling away the old paint. It's the childish carving of a ship. June says, oh, I'd completely forgotten about that. It's our carving, Claire and June. We used to sit up here and tell stories of pirates sailing into the bay. Mr. Talbot says, yes, I remember. Is there something I can help you with, June? Oh, thank goodness. The small talk is over and now we can get to business. Try to act nonchalant. Mrs. Talbot seems upset today. Is everything all right? Mr. Talbot doesn't mind telling it all. It's our son, Bobby. He's gotten himself into another scrape. June says, "Oh, it's been years since I've seen Bobby. How's he doing?" "Oh, you know," Mr. Talbot says, "living the dream. He's playing saxophone down in New Orleans. Look, he sent me the poster from one of his shows." June says, "Well, it looks like he's doing well." Mr. Talbot answers her that there's a difference between getting gigs and getting paid for gigs. June digs deeper. "We found a telegram asking for money. Was that from Bobby?" "Yep. Mrs. Talbot is worried that he's in over his head and she wants him to come home. Between you and me, I bet there's a nice young lady involved. Oh, to be 22 again." Even so, June says, maybe I should go talk to Mrs. Talbot. So we're taking the information that we garnered from Mr. Talbot and we're taking it back to Mrs. Talbot to get even more information. We find her in the kitchen. "Mr. Talbot says you're worried about Bobby." Mrs. Talbot's ready to talk. "Yes, and I need to go to New Orleans right away." "Is there anything I can do?" June asks. Still a little bristly, Mrs. Talbot says this is a family matter. Maybe you shouldn't get involved. "Not get involved, Mrs. Talbot? Have you met June?" But don't worry, June knows how to appeal to Mrs. Talbot's soft side. She's pulling out the big guns. "It's Ruby the rabbit." "Do you remember when you gave me Ruby?" "Why, yes. Mrs. Talbot is falling for it. You and Claire have been playing in the lighthouse again. One of the rotten steps fell through and you broke your leg." "That's right," June says. "You were the one that took me to the hospital and taught me how to use my crutches. Mother was gone and Father worked all the time. You were my family. Let me come with you to New Orleans." "What about Virginia?" Mrs. Talbot asks. "She can't miss any more school." Virginia has just walked up and she's listening. "I'll be fine, I promise. I can get a head start on my schoolwork." And by head start, I think she means that she needs to get into a time machine, go back in time to do all of the work that she hasn't done yet. Mrs. Talbot says, "Well, I suppose Mr. Talbot will be here to keep an eye on you. And I'm supposing that Mr. Talbot is also going to call the school and the writing instructor because June is already on the phone making a call to that one special person who can get her to New Orleans really fast." "Jack, it's June. How are you?" "I'm great," Jack says. "To what do I owe the pleasure, Junie?" He calls her Junie. "I have a friend that needs help in New Orleans. Can you drop everything that you're doing right now and give us a ride?" "New Orleans, huh?" Jack says. "Anything for you, Junie. I have an old war buddy there that I can visit to keep me busy while you do your thing." "And we're here already. That was fast and exhilarating," Mrs. Talbot says. "Where did you learn to fly, Mr. Hayes?" "I started out dropping seeds on my grandfather's farm, and when the war broke out, I signed up." Mrs. Talbot is fangirling. "Oh, so you were a flying ace?" "Oh, I wouldn't go that far. Let's just say I did my part," which translates as, "Yes, I was a flying ace, but I'm supposed to be humble." "June, you're the only one here who can break this up and get us back on track." "Okay, where are we?" she said. "Let's get our bearings." "Thank you." "According to this street sign, we're on Bourbon Street. Now, you said Bobby's Jazz Club was in the French Quarter." Jack tells them that they have to be close because Bourbon Street is the right way. I'm guessing he's been here before. While we're walking, June has a question for Mrs. Talbot. "Tell me why you're so worried. Bobby's always been a good kid." "Well, he has some growing up to do. There are a lot of temptations out here in New Orleans, and he keeps asking for money, more and more each and every time. So the jazz club he works at is called Tallulah's." Jack says, "Tallulah's? There's a hint of recognition in his voice. June catches that. "You've heard of it, Jack? What have you heard?" Jack says, I think he doesn't want to say. "It's right here, right up ahead." And so it is. Tallulah's. Live jazz, fine drinks, and Cajun food. Looks like a fun place. And Jack says, "Well, I'm going to leave you ladies to it. I'm going to go visit that old war buddy I told you about. Mrs. Talbot, don't let June get you into too much trouble." Because she will. Thank you, Mr. Hayes, Mrs. Talbot says. Now, come on, Mrs. Talbot, June says. Let's go find Bobby. So we're here at Tallulah's, and June is noticing that it's strangely quiet for a jazz club. It's awfully quiet, isn't it? She says. Mrs. Talbot agrees. It's eerie. All the other clubs on the street are open. June says, you're right. This place should be hopping. Oh, look, there's a notice here on the door. It reads, closed, under police order. It doesn't say anything else. So what is wrong? Mrs. Talbot is getting even more worried. The police? I have a terrible feeling about this, June. Don't panic, Mrs. Talbot. Let's look around to see if someone can tell us what happened here. And as luck would have it, there's a police officer right here. He should know something. June is using the direct approach. Excuse me, officer, June says. What happened here? Detective Martell says. This is a crime scene, ma'am. I'm afraid I won't be able to tell you anything. Well, excusez-moi. You give it a try, Mrs. Talbot. Why don't you use the heartstrings approach? Officer, my son works here. I need to know if he's okay. Officer Martell is not moved. Sorry, I'm not telling you anything. And also, skedaddle. I need this entrance clear. Well, it's clear that this officer isn't going to help us. We need another way to find out what he knows. And look, here's the officer's notepad. How did you get this, June? Well, I suppose it's not for us to ask questions. Let's just open the notebook. And jackpot. He has a list of the names and addresses of all the employees here at Tallulah's. And let's see. Here's Bobby's, 225 Lafayette. Mrs. Talbot is still worried. Why would the police have my son's address? June says, I'm sure that it's just a standard part of the investigation. All the employees are in this book. Come on, let's just go to Bobby's. Well, here's Bobby's address, but no one's answering the door. Mrs. Talbot says, well, we need to find a way to get in because I need to know if my son is safe. You're not suggesting we break in, are you? June asks. I think typically Mrs. Talbot isn't prone to breaking and entering, but today she says, this is my son, June. And June, on an everyday basis, doesn't think twice about breaking and entering. I was just making sure, she says. I think I have a hairpin in my purse. And we're in. June, you are so good at this. Okay, now that we're in the building, we need to find out which room is Bobby's. There's a complaint here about late-night saxophone music on the 3rd floor. Must be Bobby. No one's working reception. Let's look at this register behind the desk to see who is all on the 3rd floor. Oh, my mistake. There's a big mean dog working reception. If only I could reach this sandwich to give him. Let's see, what does this key open? Aha! We'll use this broom to knock down this sandwich to give the dog to keep him quiet so that we can look at this register. Okay, good doggy. Okay, 3rd floor. Look, there's Bobby's signature under room 4. Let's head on up. And just our luck, the door is jammed. Let's go down and rummage through this toolbox we saw downstairs. This screwdriver should do the trick. Sorry about your door, Bobby. Let's go inside. Oh no, it's been ransacked. Hello, is anybody home? Bobby? And now Mrs. Talbot is beside herself. Oh no, someone's been in here. Something's happened to Bobby. But June is resolute. Don't worry, Mrs. Talbot. We'll find him. What's happened to Bobby? Who ransacked his room and why? And most importantly, where is Bobby now, and can we get to him in time? Stay tuned for our continuing story. If you'd like to read the story without commentary, keep watching. And as always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe so that we don't lose each other. And until we meet again, sit back, relax, and enjoy the journey.